Ja, je hoort het wel. Volk is flink aan de weg aan te worden. Je kunt ons niet meer wegbrengen uit de politieke arena. We zitten met meer dan 150 politiek verkozen volksvertegenwoordigers voor heel Europa. En nou zien we, ze moeten zelfs nog meer. Ja, en laten we dan toch nog weer even appreciëren. Want we weten...
I'm looking at background now. It's gonna exactly. Very good.
Yeah.
Yes. That's 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're reading. Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. We're rolling again. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of an audio issue.
It's a good live stream without audio issue.
Exactly. This is always how it goes. So again, I don't know if you can hear this, but the audio, the vibes are amazing. Tonight we'll be talking a little bit more about energy, about what Dutch politics is like. What else is there?
Well, I think we're going to talk a lot about how the campaign went, and of course how the candidates experienced it.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that's
kind of it, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. That's more than enough. Don't get me wrong, though. And on that note, I think we slowly have our candidates ready, and the first lineup is there. Do you want to do the introduction? I think we're not ready yet. They're looking. Ooh, exciting. So who is our mystery guest? Maybe
yeah, we have a big line of guests, but the first one is I think a very special one. She's been re-elected as co-president in Paris. When was it?
Example,
a year ago?
She's been since, well, not even in Paris before that already. Yeah.
I think she's ready.
She is ready.
Francesca.
It's Francesca. Please come on over.
Come on over.
Don't be shy. Come on in. Hello. Give a big round of applause.
Very excited, very pumped up, very positive. I think it's, I genuinely think this is an historic moment because this is where pan-European politics really starts. Maybe I'll tell you a bit more about this later.
Yeah, because, I mean, you're not from here, but you're here on the Dutch election night. Can you tell a bit about how you're feeling about that?
Yeah, I think it's really the core of what we do. So I, of course, have campaigned with a lot of teams, and I've helped them build up and set up their campaign. And what you see is that while for us at Volt, it's normal that we care about, okay, what is the result in the Netherlands, also in the national elections or in Spain or in Slovakia, etc. The majority of people don't really know what's happening around them. And it's very weird because in the end, all these Euro parliamentarians sit in the same chamber and they take decisions together. So if you're elected in the Netherlands, it will also impact me. And I live in Germany and I'm in Italy. So this is an interconnected society that needs interconnected politics.
And how do you feel about the results tonight? Like, what is your guess?
Are you nervous?
So I'm not nervous. I have this feeling of like everything I have been doing personally for my journey, has had towards this moment. So it's, from one end, it can feel a bit like a make it or break it, but in the reality, when the moment comes, you realize that this is a milestone. This is not the end of the journey. So I have my personal guess on how many, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm sorry. But it feels very exciting because you know that, yeah, the seat is important, but it's really everything that we have built with civil society until here that matters. So I'm all pumped.
Nice. And on that note, you have, of course, been working mostly on the European election, not just the Dutch one, not the German or the Italian one. Can you tell us a bit how that was like? It must have been a cacophony, right? Oh, you want to go there?
So look, I really like this question because this is, I think, part of what is not generally understood about what we do and what we're really trying to do. So we have this one European election that is really 27 different elections. And I know everybody says that, but to experiment it, to touch it firsthand is great. So in the Netherlands, we were able to Kika's campaign. I loved it. I don't know if I should say Kika's, but I said it, so yeah, it's fine. And then in other places, you see what are the different democratic barriers to arrive at this moment. And this makes a difference. Like if a team is busy for 3 months to make their name on the ballot, that their energy go to appear on the ballot, and then the campaign starts. So it's a completely different business. I know that Mels, I don't understand Dutch, but I know that Mels was talking about Cyprus, and that is again another completely different political mechanism. So yeah,
we already need to round up. So on that note, do you have a very quick word on something you want to do? Do you have something to say to the Dutch chapter, to all of Europe?
I want to tell all the people that participated directly or indirectly to this experiment, I want to call it, of pan-European politics, how proud and excited I am, not only because of my role as co-president of Europa, but generally as a woman, as a mom, as a person in the LGBTIQ+ community, as a concerned citizen, as someone who wants to have a prosperous future, as someone who has people that I love that are in minority groups, that I am grateful because everything we're doing is not for the seat, is for the society that we're building. So I'm super proud and also very, very much grateful that so many people put their time and energy in this.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. All right.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Enjoy. Have fun tonight.
See you later.
All right.
All right.
Next up,
Guest.
we have another special guest coming up right now. I think I might have to reach up for a little bit, but it's going to be really cool. He is the one and only, the big man that we have all the time. It is Damian.
Hey, nice to see you.
Hey, Damian.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Nice. How
That's very kind of you. No, I think you have to know how to work sustainably if you want to do something for 5 years. And that's when I, started 5 years ago. I told myself I'm going to make this work in a way that I can do this as a marathon.
Yeah.
And I think I did the best I ever did was hiring the best people. So I really had and have a very strong team that helps me. And then we prioritized really trying to implement the stuff that we had said in the campaign that we would do. So, back then we had the program when it was the Amsterdam Declaration, and now we have our current program, and it's just about implementing it well. I don't know. It's very hard to summarize 5 years of work, but it was a lot of work. It was very interesting. It was also, a pandemic, a war, full throttle war starting in Ukraine. I mean, it's definitely completely insane. But it was interesting. It was I think it still is a dream job.
It's so impressive. It's so cool. So, Damian, really interesting question here for all of Europe. Where have you all been campaigning, and what is the European campaign meaning for you as Spitzenkandidat for Volt Europa?
So, my biggest hope, to be honest, was that we would get into the debate with von der Leyen and like Nicola Schmidt and Maria-Agnes Strack-Zimmermann, to really be there and show that we are a European party as well. This was my goal for the Spitzenkandidat. It was clear it was a long shot, but in the end, now for me, I still try to do English videos, but it's true that we also have to focus a bit on the areas, where there's a lot of potential. And so I think next time I would say we should do even more European actions. Yeah, I think it would have been nice to do more the same thing simultaneously. If we had more cash, to actually fly me around or fly Sophie Interfeld around, or to connect ourselves with these gates, which are actually just doors, and you open them and then you see another city in a display behind it or something like this. That would be nice.
And make all the European candidates all throughout Europe shine even better. just represent that we are true pan-European party, right? That's what you imagine it to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting there. Like, I honestly, like, with these people now getting elected here, and all the work that I see in the local chapter starting, I mean, there's so much work going on that maybe it's not as visible, but there's a lot of people actually taking up the decision to get active. And this is, like, what I actually imagine is that people believe in utopias again, and actually try to make them a reality. And this gives me shivers, like when I see people everywhere trying to do that, it makes me very happy.
What an amazing statement. So I think we need to, we're good? I think we need to slowly wrap up. So Damian, I
Thank you
think
so much.
we have one more question for you though.
We have one more question.
Yes. What do you want to give to the rest of Europe this night? What do you want to
Just
say?
online who are watching, maybe, who are
So
still coming.
I want you to enjoy this evening and the success that we will hopefully have here, and then take all this energy down on the streets and just be aware that you have a lot of power to change stuff by exciting other people to join Volt, by getting them to vote, and by just being, active in your society and helping. So thanks a lot for being active, and let's continue to build this over the next 200 years.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Damian. Really appreciating time.
Bye.
Great tonight. All right.
Already two great guests
It's
here.
insane.
Yeah.
And what a speed. It feels a bit weird to just revolve around, right? I hope it's okay for the people.
Yeah.
But on that note,
We're going to the next one.
and here we are. Yes. We have
Okay.
another moment to shine, and that was our beautiful host to provide us with some desperately needed water.
I see two amazing candidates.
Oh, we have two
coaching us.
candidates. We're going for it.
All right.
Please come here.
over. Hello.
Yeah, it's nice. Hello.
So who do we have
Hello.
here? We have Ian and Tetske, two of our candidates.
Maybe say quick words about who you are and
Really
what you've
short
been doing.
introduction.
So go ahead. That's
Where do I speak? I'm Tetske. I'm from the Netherlands and number 10 on the list here in the Netherlands. And I'm also the General Secretary for Volt Europa. So my last few weeks have been intense, but the most amazing weeks.
And she's doing so much. It's insane how you stay sane. It's amazing.
I mean, yeah, you say I'm sane. I beg
You
to
look
differ.
sane.
Maybe it's a Volt trade. Anyway,
Over to you.
Yeah, I'm Ian. I'm number 5 on the Dutch list. I live in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands, and the last few weeks have been such a rush, flying from here to there, spreading the word, the gospel, meeting amazing people, and doing it also with amazing people.
And how have you experienced this campaign? Because you already mentioned you flew across Europe. I hope you took the train though, but tell a bit about how you experienced this European campaign.
Yeah, so I do have to say it's always, I love being on the campaign, speaking to people on the streets, and this time sometimes you meet, especially in Amsterdam, you meet people, oh no, sorry, I'm from Spain, I'm from Ireland. And I'm like, okay, here's the flyer from Volt, because you can also vote for us in Spain. They were also in Ireland, they were also there. And they're taken aback, they really don't understand. And we have some very interesting conversations. And comparing to other campaigns, this was one of the most positive campaigns I've ever experienced. People are like, yeah, I know you guys, I vote for you guys, or I don't vote for you guys, but I love what you guys are doing, and that's new, and that really gives a lot of energy.
nice.
I think because we all started in Brussels, right? So it already gave a feel of like the whole pan-European campaign. Then we had an event in Luxembourg. That was the kickoff for our last month. And that, to me, that gave me a lot of energy to just keep on going, because you really see the European part of our campaign and all the people. And it was amazing.
Yeah, and on that note, I think also a very important question. Oh, I'm so sorry. We're doing a live stream. No, I'm sorry. We're doing a live stream.
Mike is
Someone's popping
popular
in to
guy.
say hi. Sorry. On that note, I did want to ask you the important question as well. How do you feel the Dutch campaign ties into the larger European campaign? It's a very important one, of course, right?
I think for a large part, because in the Netherlands, we're already very established. So a lot of people all across Europe will be looking at us in a certain sense. And I feel like we've got such a great team leading the Dutch campaign that I hope we gave everyone a lot of energy, and that we just set an example of like greatness for the rest of the campaign.
How about the street?
Well, on the streets, it was very different. It really depended on which part of the Netherlands you were at. But I have to say, like, I started out on the streets in February already in Bratislava and in Czechia.
Yeah.
And we had some amazing reactions there. And that gave me the energy to keep on going, and also gave me the connection to the rest of the European campaign. And I've been in touch with the Slovak team ever since. And it's just a lovely connection.
Amazing team. So it's insane, but we already need to wrap up. So on that note,
Yeah, last words.
yes,
Last words.
please.
Like 10 seconds. What do you want to say to the people watching at home? We're still very much in need for the campaign.
Keep up the good work. We're spreading the message. We can only grow from here. So I'm looking forward to spend the rest of the weekend campaigning with the rest of Europe. So let's go.
Thank
And
you
have
guys
fun.
so much.
Everyone is there tonight because you deserve it. You've done so well, and I think just celebrate with us, and we'll celebrate with you for the rest of the weekend.
Thank
They're
you
so
guys.
busy though, but please do drink a beer. Thank you so much. See ya. All right.
Wow, there's so
All
much
right.
to
We're
talk about.
going next.
Already the next.
We already have the next
candidates.
candidates coming on.
Come on over. Hello.
Sorry.
So maybe we can start just by a short introduction. Who are you and why are you standing here?
I'm Teun. I'm the number 3 candidate with Volt Netherlands. I'm 27 and from Maastricht. And I'm really nervous because I have 3 seats. Yeah, I mean, it's, I gotta be honest about it.
Sure, by the way.
Thank you,
It's
yeah.
not purple, but
No, it's a Vichy Vanka, so it's traditional Ukrainian outfit. Because I think that's, the number 1 priority for me this campaign as well as Ukraine.
thanks.
Ah.
Yeah, and I'm Verena. I live in Amsterdam, so I'm on the Dutch list, but I'm actually German. 34 years old. Have been active for a couple of years now.
Thank you. Can you tell me about the campaign? How have you experienced it? Maybe you can touch upon your visit as well to Ukraine.
I mean, it's been going on for like 6 months in a way. It feels like longer. I mean, we started in May last year with our candidacies. Now it's D-Day. It's literally D-Day, but it's also for us right now D-Day. Man, debates, like hundreds of debates. We had like visits to schools, radio, TV, so much stuff. Yeah, and we did go to Ukraine in April with the lead candidates, like also Clara from Spain, Christian, Francesca was there also, Damian was there, the Dutch candidates. And then we really felt what's at stake right now. For me, number one priority is making sure this war ends as soon as possible. So if I get in, I hope so. That's
Let's
gonna be my
go.
priority,
Yes, we're all rooting for you.
Thanks.
Nice. So I don't know what was already asked. I had some audio problems.
Introduction and a question on how to experience the
Well,
campaign.
Let me ask you this then. How's it going? No, seriously, how was it going?
Well, I think
Yeah.
we did the last flyering 8 a.m. the whole week actually, every morning, every
How
afternoon.
were the vibes?
Super good. I have to say I've been an active campaigner for 3 elections now.
Yeah.
Doing flyering as well, always. And I have never heard so many positive reactions as this campaign. Like even at the train stations, people were either wishing us success or, saying they will vote for us or, just very, very many positive comments, which I wasn't so used to from the campaigns in the past.
What were the people like? Like, can you describe an average Dutchie on the streets in campaign time?
An average Dutchie on the streets, actually, I think Amsterdam is very diverse, right? So to actually say this is the average person, I would have a hard time doing that. So
Solid point.
people are quite different, especially when you're at the big stations where people are just running to work and commuting. You find all kinds of people. Yeah.
Fair enough. Sounds good. Hey, and so maybe a small difficult topic. So you also went to Ukraine earlier this year. How do you feel that this impacted your motivation going into the elections? And this is a small question, which is unfortunately because we're running out of time already.
Look, so basically, I've noticed this in most of the other candidates as well, because I already have a lot of friends from Ukraine and I know the region. I was so proud of Anna and Rainier, Clara, all the candidates who now have a connection with Ukrainians and know what's at stake. And I think they managed to convince a lot of voters as well. That's for me the most important thing in this trip. I had that impact on other candidates too, you know, and it was really beautiful to see actually.
Thank you so much. So we already need to wrap up. So we're going to ask the both of you.
Yeah.
Do you have one final sentence remark for the audience to take along into their campaign efforts?
I think just be positive, like just bring it, bring yourself. People actually see that if you are happy and smiling and really telling the way that you experience all yourself. I would say that.
Get inspired by the Dutch results tonight and then go kick ass in the 14 other countries where we're running.
There you go.
Awesome.
Woo, nice.
Thank you guys
All right.
so much for
Thank you
joining
both so
us.
much.
Enjoy the night.
Enjoy. All right, people. We're
Is it
heading.
already 9 o'clock?
It's close to 9 o'clock. There you go.
5 minutes left.
So how about this? We're going to explain a little bit about what's going to happen in a second.
Yeah.
In about 5 minutes, we're going to get the preliminary polls coming out. So in the Netherlands, these polls are fairly accurate and will give us a very good indication of where we stand. It's a very interesting time in the Netherlands right now. There's a lot of populism. I don't know if you know about that. So we're here to create a different voice on that, actually. And on that note, maybe you have something interesting to talk about there.
I think it would be good to say that about 6 months ago we had elections for our parliament, the Tweede Kamer, because our government fell over migration. And during those elections, migration was the biggest topic. And unfortunately, the biggest party during those elections became the PVV, the Party for Freedom of Builders, which is like a right extreme party. So that is sort of the landscape that we are in right now. It's also in the poll that you will probably win these elections tonight. So I think that's something that we can expect. And let's hope that Volt can, offer that positive and alternative sounds, especially on migration.
Sure. Yeah, so it's exactly as you say, right? The Dutch polls are showing, as has been happening in all of Europe, of course, that the Freedom Party, the populists, are on the rise. At the same time, you hear and you really see in several countries, in the Netherlands as well, that where the progressive side of the political spectrum is getting more active, raising their voice, just to make sure that their people know that there is hope for the progressive elements in Europe, right? It's about making sure that we stay unified Europe, that we actually make sure that we are working.
Yes.
The new Green Deal, the AI Act, and making sure that we keep cooperating and that we actually deal effectively with something that is going to only increase as migration as well. We can only do that together, right?
Yeah, and I think Volt has a super special voice in that debate because we always try to tell people how we can actually deal with the challenges in a way that also, has a beneficial effect on all of us, right?
Sure. Yes.
Like these
All
are
the way.
challenges, but we can all use it to our advantage in the sense that we can green our economy.
We are going to run.
Is it already 9?
It's slowly getting 9. So just to explain to everyone how this is going to work,
Yes.
at a certain in 1 or 2 minutes, the preliminary polls are coming out and the camera is going to move to the main screen. At that moment in time, we'll be providing a voiceover. It's not going to be a live voiceover. We're going to summarize as much as we can. Bear with us, but hopefully and naturally, we're going to give you with the most amazing news that we can see here.
Should we tell who's gonna be speaking on stage?
Yeah, of course. So at the first, the exit poll is at 9 o'clock sharp. Then at 9:05, Anne Strolenberg and Reinier van Landschot are going to give their reaction.
Are these candidates?
Our
here,
lead candidates.
in the Netherlands. Yeah.
And from there on out, the dice are rolling and we'll be making sure that we're covering this as your live journalist.
Yeah, we'll do our best.
Exactly. It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, people are really stoked here. They're kind of nervous, even though they're all pretending.
Sure.
It is, yes. It's
The
nice.
tension is rising. I can
Yes.
feel it as well. How are you feeling, Mike?
I'm slightly nervous, but also I'm pretty confident, you know.
Yeah.
Famous last words. At the same time, they've
Yeah.
really been doing an amazing job. As has everyone in Europe. I've seen so many people from France,
Yeah.
Greece, Portugal, seen all the pictures. And I just really think that we're building something amazing here.
Yeah,
On that
I
note,
agree.
I think
I
we're
think
slowly getting, all the press is getting there.
there's a lot of press here. It's unfortunate you cannot see it.
So
but
it's
there-
starting.
I
We're
see a
panning.
lot of cameras.
And on that note, you'll be hearing us, but you won't be seeing us.
PvdA, de winnaar. We doen samen mee met GroenLinks, maar 9, maar samen 9 zetels van het Timmermans effect. Wat doen zij nu? In 2024, zij dalen er eentje, komen uit op 8 zetels. Dan gaan we dan meteen naar de PVV, alle aandacht gericht natuurlijk op die partij van Wilders, die het in november zo ongelooflijk goed deed. Had er 5 jaar tegen zij erin, komt niet uit. 7 zetels, 6 in de plus. Maar ja, het is ongelooflijk spannend. Het ligt heel dicht bij elkaar. Want op deze verkiezingen weer een foutmarge van 1 zetel. Zou dus in theorie kunnen betekenen dat 8-9 wordt, 7 nog 8. Ja, het ligt echt dicht bij elkaar. Het is heel erg spannend. Is het dan daaronder ook spannend? Komen andere partijen in de buurt? VVD gaat van 5 naar 4. CDA, ook zij leveren een zetel in, maar doen het toch best verrassend oké, met 3 zetels voor die partij. Dan Forum voor Democratie. Zo lijkt het nu, verdwijnen zij uit het Europees Parlement. D66, trouwe achterban als het gaat op Europees niveau, stijgt er eentje naar 3. Partij voor de Dieren blijft op 1. 50PLUS zal verdwijnen, zo ziet het er nu naar uit. Dat geldt ook voor de ChristenUnie. SGP dan heeft er wel eentje. En dan 3 nieuwe partijen. Volt gaat binnenkomen op 1 zetel. BBB, de formerende partij, komt binnen op 2. En NSC, de partij van Pieter Omtzigt, heeft er eentje. Ander beeld dan de landelijke politiek, de andere verkiezingen. Maar dit is die lijst. Wat doet dat dan met de volgorde van groot naar klein? Dan valt u misschien op. SP zien we niet terug. Ja, 21 niet. Die partijen deden niet mee, hadden toen niet genoeg, 5 jaar geleden. En nu dus weer niet, want die zien we niet terug in deze lijst. Verder veel partijen toch wel op 1 of 0 zetels. En dat maakt het spannend, want nogmaals, die foutmarge. 1 zou dus nog 0 kunnen worden, 0 nog 1. Ja, het is nog even billen knijpen voor die partijen. En spannend is het dus zeker weten ook bovenin. Met 7 zetels nu voor de PVV. GroenLinks PvdA aan kop met 8 zetels voor die partij.
Ja, met allerlei slagen om de arm, alleen de Roy. Bij GroenLinks PvdA houden ze daar ook die slagen om de arm of zit de stemming er goed in?
And now we're going to get some words from our co-presidents.
Yes.
Or, sorry, lead candidates. Let's see.
Who are we gonna hear? Steve.
Yes, we already see. It's really funny because Damian is on screen.
Damian
He's
is on stage.
shooting as well.
Francesca's on stage. Everyone is filming. I think Reinier might be interviewed now by the press.
I think so, yes. Unfortunately, we have no idea what's going on here. We don't know. At the same time, this is the
Yes.
first commentary,
Okay.
and
I
they're,
see candidates walking to the stage right now.
yes. And they are being interviewed
There's
by
Nels.
the Dutch public
I think
broadcasting.
there's the guest approaching us.
We have a very small guest. Maybe, hello, Nels. Nice for you to be here. So everyone, I don't know if you can see us, but at the same time, we have Nels here. Maybe, Nels, you want to do a quick reaction?
Yeah, so it's
I think.
probably too much noise on the background, right?
Dank jullie wel.
It's
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Okay. So now it's flabbergasted. So there is the first polling.
Wat een enthousiasme. Dank jullie wel.
Oh, we're out. We're listening. Sorry, Miles.
Dank jullie wel. Wat was dit een fantastische campagne. Ik wil natuurlijk als goed democratisch gebruik ook de andere partijen die hebben gewonnen feliciteren. Dus bij deze gefeliciteerd. Maar ook over ons eigen resultaat wil ik het graag met jullie hebben. Want we hebben volgens deze peiling, en dat is een voorlopige peiling, want straks komt er nog een. En uiteindelijk komen de daadwerkelijke resultaten pas op zondag. Maar
The definitive result on Sunday. And now at least we're having one seat. And that is amazing news. Because it's one more than we had. Because we had none.
Exactly. Look at that. The people are still really energized and really roused here. It's really cool to see.
Anna is now speaking. And she says we can be really proud that we're in the European Parliament. Probably. But we're going for a second seat as well, of course.
This is important. Anna will get in
Yes.
with a second seat, and she has been so much work.
Yeah, she's been doing so great. She's staying positive.
Yeah. Also, just for references, she did the closing debate on Dutch Broadcasting TV yesterday. She slayed as
She
a
was the only woman.
only woman as well.
She did amazing.
Exactly.
It was very unique that they were co-lead candidates.
Yeah.
She just mentioned on stage.
This is, of course, a very important selling point. Still waiting for the second exit poll. And then here just takes some time to thank everyone.
Yes, because there have been so many people campaigning as a team. Everywhere he went, he experienced a really positive vibe, a constructive way of making the best out of these uncertain times.
Because they are difficult times. And at the same time, obviously, Volt's message is to always stay hopeful, critical, but positive, and making sure that we spread our pan-European message everywhere. Thanking the pan-European campaign, thanking the local teams, everyone contributing, and it's just so many great vibes all around.
Great vibes are symbolizing how we want to do politics. And therefore, he wants to thank all of us. Big
Okay.
applause.
Ik wilde graag iets zeggen over wat ik zag qua duiding, maar ik sta eigenlijk met wel zenuwachtig, dus ik weet wel nauwelijks meer wat ik zag. Maar ik heb
Anna kind of forgot what was there exactly. A little bit nervous.
En wat ik ervan vind is dat ik
And what is important is to note that the Freedom Party and the left, the Green Labour Party combination had the same amount. Anna is mentioning just the sheer amount of worries that she has about the future and making sure that things are working the way they are.
hier al die verandering wordt gemaakt, dat het terugbedrijven wordt.
She's afraid that the green developments might be reversed because of the European the fact that the PVV, the Freedom Party, is now winning that much seats, and what that will entail for the green agenda in Europe.
Maar wij willen dat het mensen zijn die zorgen voor die positieve.
We want to make sure that we are the people with that positive energy, that making sure that we are on the side of improving things. And that gives her so much hope. And I hope that that does the same for you.
Het is fantastisch dat wij hier ook de komende 5 jaar ook in het Europese parlement.
Daniel is saying that it's amazing that the coming 5 years, we can get in action in the European Parliament and work on the future, work on that innovative economy, becoming the first climate neutral society of the world. Also working on a safe Europe that can take care of its own safety and defense. And that's what we are going to work on in the European Parliament.
gehoord wordt in het Europees parlement.
And here wants to make sure that Europe becomes more important in Dutch society, in all societies, making that voice of Europe heard everywhere, making a solid fist in European Parliament as a single vote fraction. And that's what they're going to take care of.
Before closing, Anna's thanking all the candidates for all their amazing efforts. They worked so hard for this campaign.
It's insane. And they really deserve a round of applause. This is the same for everyone around Europe, by the way. You really deserve such a big round of applause. Everyone is just maxing it out. It's
Agree more. 5 years ago, we were in a way smaller location, room, and we didn't make it in the European Parliament. And look at where we're now. We're with hundreds of people in this room. We're pulled on one seat. Everything that is big started small. And that's beautifully said, I think. Now, 5 years later, we participated in 15 countries.
We're represented in local municipalities, provinces, upper house, lower house, everywhere. And we're going to continue doing this. We're just growing everywhere, all throughout Europe, on all levels.
Okay, that was it, I think.
I think that's just it. So we are slowly moving back to stage.
Maybe Mel still wants to talk to us. I hope so.
Shall I? Perfect. And Mels is already here. So amazing.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Thank you, Miles, for joining us.
Yeah, second try, eh?
You're welcome.
Yeah, there was so much happening at the same time. I was like, do I continue or do I stop?
You're not our second choice, really.
Okay, good to hear that.
So Mels, how are you doing?
Well, this is very interesting, and I think we need to explain also, because I saw some questions on Workplace, because some people said, okay, you are expecting to, but these results that you see right now are polling results. So these are not final results. And there is a margin of 1 seat. So that's also why still everything is pretty much up in the air. If you know the political system in the Netherlands, then you know there is an alliance between the Greens and the Social Democrats. They fused in some sense, and they got 9 seats. It seems like now, if I remember correctly, please. There's so much going on. And the right wing, the extreme right wing PVV, who is now the biggest party in our national, is actually not the biggest. So
big win.
That seems like a big win, but again, there is this margin of 1 seat, and it can go up or down. So this might change because they are now at 8 seats, I think. And this is for us as well. So we are at 1 seat right now, but it can still become 2. And I'm not going to say the other one because I don't believe it. I don't believe that's possible, because if you also, we are now in the corner somewhere, but this room is packed.
Yeah.
It's really packed. And we talked about tonight about the fact that we are running in 15 countries, and this is our first win. The first seat is in, people.
It's happening. It's really happening. As Damian said, I'm not alone anymore.
Exactly. And that is a very good phrase, because I'm not going to say when we get another seats, this is an historic moment, because that's the first time that we form a party with multiple seats, with multiple countries, with more nationalities, and that has never been done before. Never. So if that happens this week until Sunday, then we break the political system in some sense. And then we set a first step, a first precedent to making this a common practice.
I actually heard that the EU needs to change their website when that happens, given the fact that they're all listing everything per country at the moment still, and they can't do that.
No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work for us.
Changing the system.
We had a lot of difficulties during our campaign with this, where people didn't know sometimes how to define us.
Yeah.
Well, you better get used to it because we're coming.
Great.
Thank you.
And you've been campaigning before in the Netherlands for the Dutch national elections. How do you look back at this European campaign?
Well, I have to say it was a very unique one. Because I think what a lot of people didn't see back home or in their own country when you're out, even out on the street, is that we set up European cooperation. So with all the campaign leads, we came together every week on Tuesday and we shared digital content. We made videos that we translated and used in multiple languages. We created an IA bot from Portugal that helped us answer a lot of questions. We gave advice to each other on how to tackle certain campaign issues or problems. We shared our slogans that were used in some parts of Europe towards other. I can go on.
The
And
benefit of the European collaboration is so big. That's basically what I'm hearing you say.
yeah, because no other party can do this. No other party can do this. There is no European party. We're talking about. We need to talk about European families because European families are not European parties. Yeah, I'm a little bit hyped.
I think we're all right.
It's so much fun. At the same time, you know, this is as you say, right? We are one European party. And that means that when we grow big or when we make it in one country, this strengthens everyone in our party, right?
Yeah.
It's not just Germany is doing well, so Germany is doing well. Germany is doing well, so Cyprus is doing well. Greece, Portugal, Spain, Denmark, you name them. You know, we have so many. I'm not going to list them all, but there we go.
Yeah, and the fact is also that with every win in every country, we legitimize other countries. So that means that in a lot of countries right now, we have to jump certain hurdles. Some laws that prohibit us for participating very, very easily. And so we're actually not aiming for seats in some countries, but we're aiming for getting a certain percentage where we get funding, or from that kind of percentage, we don't have to do all the administrational work next time. So if we look at the Netherlands, because we're in the Netherlands, we're talking about the Netherlands, in 2019, we didn't get elected in the European elections, but we got 2%.
Yeah.
And that 2% was the stepping stone to everything that came after. And if you look right here, this room that is packed, we are now represented. I can say it now. We're represented on all levels of government: local, regional, national, and European.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's crazy if you look back, indeed, 5 years ago and where we are now. And I think we have a lot of people listening at home who are still in the campaign phase. Do you have anything to tell them?
Yeah, it isn't over until it's over.
Right.
So if you're still at home, go out on the street. Tell your sister, your mom, your ex, your uncle about what we're doing. Because and this is what I firmly believe in. If we tell our policies, if we tell our story, people will like it. Because it's a good story. European cooperation, there is no solution to our common challenges on a national level. We are the only one providing that. So, yeah, tell the story to everyone. And maybe you'll be the one that gets enough people across to actually make that next seat. And then with the next seat, we create a new political system.
Because we are really in the progress of breaking the wheel, you know, it's not just making sure that we get elected. It's so difficult in some countries to get elected, right? So if we want to make this work, it doesn't just start with get elected here, get elected there. It starts with making sure that we overcome all those insane hurdles. You know, in the Netherlands, there's luckily not really a threshold. In Germany, in the national elections, it's what, 5%, right?
Yeah, and maybe this is also good to explain. Like in many countries, we face ridiculous situations. In France, the media doesn't give us any space. In Belgium, we get excluded from debates and from polling stations. All these kind of crazy things. We have it everywhere. In Slovakia, we needed, I think, don't pin me down on this, but I think 10,000 signatures. In Denmark, we need as much signatures as votes to get into the election. It's ridiculous. It hampers democratic renewal, and this is also why I'm talking about these wins as legitimizations for the next time around. Yeah. If we get a certain amount of seats now, that means that next campaign we can do this all together again, and we can get that capacity to actually jump these hurdles.
We're really building our future together as we speak. Small steps as they be, every step is being made, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and every little step counts. So doing a dinner with friends and then asking them to pay 15 euros as donation, or telling your grandma, or handing out flyers in your neighborhood. It's like it's the power of the common movement.
Yeah.
If we all do it, it gets so big. And I also told about it tonight, but if national parties stop at national borders, they do not have the growth potential that we have. So in just a few years, we now have almost 150 representatives. If we continue down this line, and in this tempo of growth, I don't know where we're going. I get a little bit.
We're gonna
a little bit
take over Europe.
A little bit more anxiety.
And you have to lead all of these people.
No. We have to share. We do this together, and I think that's also what brought me to this. So it's not about big personality or big leaders. It's about the policies that we have. So when I joined in 2019, it was. They really ingrained that there is shared responsibility and shared leadership. It's not that we believe in some personalities, but we believe in our policies and our values. Yeah. And that's what drives this.
Amazing.
Thank you so much, Mels. We're going to our next guest. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Enjoy.
Enjoy the night.
And people, keep campaigning until Sunday.
Let's go.
Mels.
Awesome words.
I see we have two very excited
excited guests. Please come here. Hello, people. So these two people hardly require an introduction, but just to be sure, can you quickly announce yourselves?
Anouk Arms.
Anouk.
It's very short.
You want the whole introduction? Yeah, do it. Sorry, hello. For those of you that don't know me, I was the General Secretary of Volt Europa. I was a board member of Volt Europa and a candidate for Volt in the Netherlands.
Something necessary, I think, to show that we have some international on our Dutch list, to prove that we are a pan-European movement.
We even have two internationals.
Indeed.
Definitely. We have also Verena Kitowski, who is German. And she's great.
Amazing.
One of my first memories of Volt was Cedric, actually. So I joined Volt when I was working in Africa, and I was literally boarding a plane to go back to the Netherlands when Rainier called me to say I got the role as new General Secretary. And he said, well, tomorrow we have a whole academy for Volt, the Netherlands, to prepare for the national elections. And would you come? And then one of the first persons I've met was Cedric.
That's amazing. That's so
now
cool.
You're here. And now as candidates. Amazing.
Hey, and Anouk, as a very European-oriented candidate,
Yeah.
what have you seen of Europe here? How does Europe come back to the Dutch elections?
Well, to be very honest, I was quite disappointed coming from my European bubble. I thought everyone speaks about Europe, and unfortunately, that's not true. So we have work to do. And I think what is missing in the Netherlands is that, first of all, even though 70% of our legislation comes from Europe, we don't talk about it. So when I was visiting one of our local councillors, they said, well, what is actually coming from Europe? And then I researched and I said, well, the legislation on climate is affecting your the air quality, which they are talking about. So I tried to make it very tangible across the line. And I think that is something both in the Netherlands and across Europe can utilize much better. If we show that what we are working on, or Reinier is going to work on in European Parliament, what it means from Laurens and Marieke in the Dutch Parliament, and then also to the local and the city level, because only then we can show that Europe actually really matters and has an impact.
Yeah. And we are still waiting for a new poll, so maybe Anna is going to join.
Let's go. That's what we're going for.
We still have hope. But I fully agree with you. And as a Frenchman, I'm also very disappointed by the Dutch media, I must say, because in France we have had debate on prime time on the TV in the last 3 months. So it's really something there. It's really a very important political battle. But here, well, we just started five days ago or something like that. And PVV, the biggest, not anymore actually, but the biggest party, extreme right of the Netherlands, didn't show up in the whole campaign. We discovered all the candidates. We discovered the candidates 5 days ago, the head of list. So it's just crazy, you know.
Yeah.
That's serious.
So we have been everywhere on the street, being visible, talking with people, but unfortunately, yeah, the far right has not, and then still they get so many votes. So I think we really still have work to do to reach the audience we don't reach yet. So let's go for that in the next round.
Yeah, to hook in on that, I actually heard a statistic that 2 weeks before the election, it was, I think, a week that the Dutch public broadcasting channel did not report about the European elections. Now, obviously, there's also just the coalition formation being a thing. There's so much going on, but it's a shame, isn't it?
But it's also insane because, for example, in the coalition agreement, it's very clearly that they don't want to work on things that we already agreed on in Europe. So it should be on top of our minds. We should be talking about it and actually how we can make a change from Parliament and to give the honest story to people, because I think that's the one that's lacking. So it's very quickly. So I make a comparison with, let's say your national football team is going to the field. Whenever there's something we like, we have won. Whenever there's something we don't like, well, then Europe, has not done us a favor. And actually, that's not true. We've had a seat at the table every time. So let's make it more visible. And that is also with the actual coalition accord. So,
100%.
But that is where Volk comes in, right? Like, yeah, to tell the people how it is and give Europe the credit it deserves. We also still have a lot of people online who are still in the middle of the campaign. Do you have anything to say to them?
Yeah, of course. I hope we gave you some energy today because we won a seat. We are very confident that we are going to win at least one seat, I think 2 in Germany. And then we'll demonstrate that a real pan-European party is possible and we will be making history. So do your best because what we are doing is really important for Europe and for the future of our children. I have to talk about our children.
And we are off now, so we have 3 more days of campaigning to offer to you. So please, let's show our European love across the country. Sorry.
I thought maybe
No rest yet. Up for it. So on Saturday, I'll be in Frankfurt. So let's make Europe really count. And we can do it online. We can show each other much more. So this is just the starting point. Let's hit it home together across Europe.
Amazing. You heard this call to action. Be sure to reach out to all the Dutchies. They want to have a party as well. They want to campaign for you. I believe that the big delegation is actually going to Belgium tomorrow, actually. Yeah. On that note, it's actually time to move to the next part, the final vote. We need to go. On that note, Cedric, Anouk, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are Europe.
Enjoy, people.
Thanks.
Have fun.
All right.
All right, people, you heard it. I hope that you I hope that you're feeling the energy a little bit.
I'm feeling it.
I do too. I also saw a beer pop by just now. I have to say, looking forward to that too.
Yeah, because what is left of our program, Mike?
Well, this is the big one. We have the final poll coming out in 1 minute.
Great.
So now we will know more because the definitive poll is fairly good, and they're actually panning over right now.
Yes, we will provide a voiceover.
So on that
hope at
note,
least-
I think
yeah. We're going.
we are now panning over.
Dus je kan zeggen, ja, de Europese politiek en de Nederlandse politiek, misschien moet je ze ook niet zo van elkaar scheiden, want we hebben eigenlijk alles met elkaar te maken.
We see the press approaching the stage again.
The hosts are talking about voting behavior. And now it's time.
We're now going to the definitive exit poll.
Can you hear the thrilling music?
I can.
I am very nervous now.
Me too. Oh, me too. There have not been any changes in the poll.
Okay.
So one seat it is.
One seat, it seems to be.
It can still change, of course.
Yeah. Still.
Oh.
Wow. Oh.
Maar wel 40% hoger dan 5 jaar geleden. Nu is 46,8%.
Voting, total amount of people voting is a lot higher than it used to be. And at this moment, Greens and Party coalition is the biggest in the Netherlands.
Party of Frans Timmermans.
Frans Timmermans.
European Commissioner. He's someone you all know. He won the election also 5 years ago, I believe.
Yes, I think he
With
did.
the Social Democrats.
Yeah.
Second party, the PVV, the far right.
Freedom Party, not winning this time. The Liberals are going down.
Mark Rutte, the Prime Minister, who's almost leaving to NATO, probably.
Probably to NATO. And we also have Christian Democrats at 3, D66, the Farmer Party at 3, 3, and 2. And
she just mentioned that votes might get 2 seats. I can't remember what she said specifically.
it's the sound is deafening.
Very happy here.
It's this is an indication that the voting total is really close to getting 2 seats. It might go anywhere yet.
We can still very well get 2 seats.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow. I don't know how to react at that moment. I don't know about you, but
Yeah, I mean, we have to wait until Sunday before really knowing what the result will be. And until then, we have to keep on going with our campaign everywhere in Europe.
Exactly. Definitely, everyone. I will be making sure that I'll help out where I can.
Reach out to our international friends.
Reach out, make sure they vote. I'll be heading to Germany as well for the final day. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'll be heading to Spain tomorrow.
You'll be heading to Spain?
Yes, and not only to enjoy the sun, but also to campaign.
Awesome. Say hi to the Spanish team.
We are now seeing Laurens Dassen on stage, our party leader in the Netherlands.
We are also being asked to go back to the center. But I am okay, but we are now waiting for Laurens. Laurens is talking, and it is going to be very interesting. How exciting is this?
Yes.
First things first, congratulating everyone.
All the other parties that won. Congratulations to the other parties. Everyone who won a seat in the parliament. Very kind, balanced.
And he mentioned Reinier as stating that he also ran in 2019, reminiscing a bit about how it was, full anticipation waiting, how we're going. We're getting a big thumbs up.
Yes, but then 5 years ago, we didn't have any seats.
And unfortunately, it didn't work out at that moment in time.
But now we're here.
We're here. It's looking good. We might even get two. Who's to say?
Who knows? Laurens also didn't hear what the lady on the news said, but we're hoping for two. And he wants to emphasize that one is already an amazing result.
And what a result it is. It's look at that.
He's now talking about that I need all the other candidates who've been campaigning like crazy.
Heartfelt applause. Do the same at home. They deserve it. It's
We've been working so hard.
on the street, interviews all the way.
Hearing.
I've seen the black bags under people's eyes just grow a little bit more than they should. Same for me. Laurens mentioning that we're getting referenced. We are now getting mentioned that we're running everywhere in Europe in 15 countries. Laurens briefing us, making sure that we are going to make it in European Parliament.
You're so needed in the European Parliament, that's what Laurens is saying, because there will also be parties who stand for a European Union that is not united.
There's war in Europe. We need to make sure that we remain safe. There is an economic arms race going on right now, and we need to be able to compete. We need to make sure that we have a good voice against the far right, and you need to be in Europe for that.
We need parties in Europe who can connect people across borders, work together, and that's why Volt was created and why we're in all those countries.
Making sure that we are able to deal with the big challenges we have in front of us right now together. We're gathering all throughout Europe to make this work. Final days of the campaign. In the Netherlands, it's over now. In the next countries, all the other countries, it's starting next. Dear voters, amazing result.
Big compliment to the candidates. Let's enjoy this evening. And we're gonna grow Volt even more together.
And there you have it.
Laurens.
Thundering applause. And there you go.
All right. Let's see if we can get him here.
Let's see what we can do now. Yes. So on that note, this was the final exit poll. We're going to slowly work on this. Maybe we can get Laurens to come over real quick.
That would be really nice.
Let me see. On that note, I see people frantically running.
Laurens or someone else?
Yeah, let me just run real quick.
Let's see. Other European countries, of course. So yeah, we have to wait a few more days till we know with how many Dutchies we will be in the parliament. I see we have a new guest approaching us.
Two, actually. Oh,
two guests. You're going to the other side?
Yes, no, this.
Welcome.
Hello.
Can you shortly introduce yourself?
So my name's George. I'm the co-general secretary together with Tetsko, who you met earlier, I think.
Yes, we did.
Hi, I'm Janko. I'm a member of the European board. We are very happy to follow the election party here today. It's exhilarating.
That it for sure is. How do you feel about the election results?
It's exactly how I thought. I thought before, and I told other people as well, we're just between 1 and 2. We're just between 1 and 2. And that's what they just said. So let's hope it tips over. Let's just hope it tips over. They said we're on a fat one seed, but that seed is very fat. So let's get the second one. Let's get that tip on the other parties, and yeah, we can just hope here, but we're a bit more hopeful than after the last exit poll, and that's great. That's great. So stay with us, cross your fingers, and can only go out.
Let's manifest this into existence.
I'm so proud. Like an MEP for any country is an MEP for another one, right? So we've elected most definitely one this evening. And that will be that's an MEP as well for Luxembourg, as an MEP for Cyprus, as an MEP for Germany, as an MEP for France, and that is truly special and what makes this thing special. So we can only keep going. So everyone else, everyone watching at home, whether you're a voter, whether you're a voter, this is the moment where we're coming, and we've made a big impact already. So it's super cool.
Awesome, thank you so much. So on that note, I think people are ready to party now. And I think also maybe it's really interesting to hear about what the next steps for the European campaign are. Yeah.
I mean, the European campaign has been the past year, more or less. Now we are at the summit of the campaign, and really forward to the election results, especially on Sunday in Germany, in Cyprus, in Spain, all countries where we are polling, where we're looking strong. Something unexpected can happen here as well. We might get the second seed. I think we will see on Sunday. We might be in a great position, we might be in not so great position, but we know we will have MEPs in the parliament, and we will work on our topics, on uniting Europe, and that nobody can take from us at the moment.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah, nothing more to add. Just keep watching. Sunday evening we've got something similar planned, so we can watch this in a pan-European way. Let's all celebrate, and yeah, this is a fantastic result. The real work starts now with the other chapters as well. So let's let's go for it.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you both. All right, we're gonna leave you. Go drink a pint, have fun. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. At this moment in time, it's slowly time to wrap up.
Yeah, I think it's time for a drink, a celebratory drink. I think we are still having two guests.
We're going to have a wrap up. Hello there. Yay.
Thanks for coming back to us.
Take the opportunity, everybody who has participated in this amazing journey that we have endured together.
Yeah, thank you very much. And maybe as a last kick, we just heard that there is an opportunity for 2 seats in the Netherlands. So there is hope. No guarantee though.
We heard a lot of rumors, but we couldn't hear. So I'm glad you're making this clear to the audience.
Yeah. Oh, so you didn't know? Okay, so well, that's our job to tell you.
And, let's continue this pace. There are a few countries tomorrow, and the most of them will be Sunday. So Sunday evening.
People, we are changing Europe from the inside. It's a fantastic journey, Francesca. So thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you, both of you, for hosting this event.
Thank you so much.
Thank
and now
you.
I think we're gonna party.
Yes, please.
Yeah, a little bit, because then we need to continue the campaign.
Yes. Sunday is a real party, but now like a pre-party.
Yeah. All right, people. Do the both of you have anything to say as a closing remark?
Closing remark?
Yeah. So people, and we now know for sure that we have 1 seat in the Netherlands. So if we get another seat, that is breaking the system, because then we will have a political party with more nationalities. That has never been done before. That's a change of the narrative. So this is the first step. I hope we're going to take another step somewhere in these days, and then we have the first European political party.
All right, thanks, Mels.
Nothing to add, he said it all. Thank you for everything you did in this campaign. Whoever is watching, we're very grateful to the citizen, the volunteers, the members, the staff. But
And thank you guys for all your efforts. Should also not be forgotten.
Indeed. All right. Thank you both so much for being here. We're going to wrap up.
Yes.
Thank you all. All right, people, this is going to be it. We're closing off the channel. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much for watching.
We're here. We're going to drink something. And this is going to be it. Goodbye, people.
Goodbye.